And I will slip in. Hello, everybody. Fantastic to see all of you coming from all over the place. It is nice to meet all of you. I am new to the U team, the Utopia and U-CENTER team, but I'm going to be taking you through this little presentation to give you a in-depth look of both things that we're doing here and how they intersect with each other. So let's start with it simply, right? This is just to tell you about what the Utopia is as a product and as an ecosystem and what U-Center really is. This is the route that helps you learn, onboard, and understand what it's been built around, right? I will keep this tight. We've got the problem, we've got the team, we've got the product direction, and how U-Center fits into all of this as well. And why we are looking to help build your knowledge now and not later. What you get out of joining us now rather than waiting and not growing with the knowledge and having to absorb the knowledge later down the line. Before we go into this, obviously, I'm going to give my usual disclaimer when I'm doing these kinds of stuff. This is all educational purposes, and any decisions or any numbers you see here are purely for informational purposes only. If you want to do anything with this information, I would put it on yourself to go out there, get to Google, dig into everything I've said here, and make sure you fully understand all of the stuff that we're putting out. Don't just take my word for it. You're all intelligent people, and you're going to be able to do this yourself. So, our first question to you is, do you really control your money? I'll let you all think on that just a little bit before I go into the reasons why maybe you don't control it as much as you think. So the real problem is not whether you can open your finance app. It's whether when you open it, you're going to actually be able to control your money. If your money can be delayed, it can be blocked, it can be sent back, that is causing you time, money, and friction. Does that mean you control your money? Not really, because these payments can be slow, they can cost. The ownership never really lies with you. You're just watching it in an app. The other problem that is noticed as well is that some of these tools are just too complex, right? If something is too complex, it doesn't matter if you've got the accessibility to get in, you don't have the access of understanding what you've got into. The inconvenient truth, right? Banking has got massive. And the finance has been doing that with all of your guys' money and has been making it for something much larger than the individual person. That was okay at a time. But this has now changed with the way the world has got smaller and internet has really shrunk the globe. No longer are the traditional finance methods able to keep up with the growth and the speed that people do be moving around the world. This matters because what is the next best thing? What is going to be coming out that solves all of these problems we've covered already? So, what can this solve? It takes the product, finance, Web3, and education together. It gives you actual ownership for normal users. It reduces the friction of everyday money movement. And it connects you with the education. Again, I'm going to harp on this. Connects you with the education that allows you to understand the access you have gotten. There's no point just being able to access an app if you don't understand what you are doing in that app. So all of this information is to exceed the access you already had. Remember, everybody, access isn't you can just walk through the gate. Access is understanding what you can do once you have walked through that gate. So let's take a look at the team. Here we can see four of the great members of the team already. We've got Emmanuel, we've got Maya, we've got Carl, and we've got Owen. We're going to take a look first at the CEO, who you're going to be hearing from today. As we can see, Emmanuel has been an entrepreneur since the age of 15, and he launched his first app at 16. He's also been on the Forbes Under 30 for 30, and he comes from a massive compliance background of the ATS group that have been doing the compliance for over 25 years. Why does this matter to you guys, right? I could tell you Emmanuel is the best thing since sliced bread, but it's now on you guys to build up your own knowledge. You can go out there, you can Google Emmanuel's name, and you'll be able to find out everything you possibly need to know to understand, do I want to give Emmanuel my trust? Do I want to be handing this over to Emmanuel to be the person to solve these issues I'm facing? I'm pretty certain Google is going to back up the shining review I've given him already. Next, we've got Kyle. Kyle brings the future of money and the blockchain side. The source material positions him as someone that was around when Bitcoin was innovative back in 2013. Got to think about this now, everybody. I know it might make you feel old the same way it does me. 2013 was 13 years ago, right? So crypto and Web3 and whatever you want to call blockchain technology has been advancing all that time. Kyle has grown with that. And if you have been growing with something for this amount of time, it's going to be easy for you to understand where the growth can be leading. Again, what I'm going to keep harping on about, the knowledge that he has got because he joined crypto in 2013 greatly exceeds mine. I joined 6 years ago. I can't keep up with that 13-year gap, right? So just remember this as we're going through. Knowledge is power. The earlier you start to gain knowledge, the better you're going to set yourself up for the future. So let's take a look. Utopia is a solution built around you. You have ownership of your money. You are holding your money. We're not holding your money. You have access to it. And again, that's not only access to the app, that's access to the knowledge to know what to do once you have got into the app as well. You have movement as well and usability. Both of these together allow you to travel the globe because the globe isn't only small now due to the internet, the globe is small now due to how many places people can visit. Previously, it was unheard of that you may have gone to all the continents of the world. Now, it could actually be fairly common. Oh, please. There we go. Okay, so it's an ecosystem designed around you. It's going to save you time. It's going to spend and send money more easily. It's accepted in already 150 countries. You can open an account in seconds. It's safe, it's secure, and mainly it's compliant. Everybody, if you take anything away from here outside of me harping on about knowledge, it's making sure you are within your legal bounds as well. You are compliant, you're complicit with what the sufferer's doing. You don't want to be straying off of the path. And that could just happen, again, due to lack of knowledge. And one of the main things, you're going to be able to do the tap, tap, pay. Everyone knows how easy it can be to pay with a mobile now. Sometimes with traditional banking, it's harder than it really needs to be, especially if you're not in your bank's home country. So let's touch on a little bit, why now? So the argument is simple. Your money, your opportunities, they're now, right? You could be thinking about this of the past. Doesn't matter, you can't change the past, but you can change the future. So far, we have seen these big hitters already. Wise has fixed transfers, Revolut fixed access, MetaMask fixed ownership, right? The only problem here is coming back to accessibility. That is three things spread across already that a user needs to go into and understand. If you don't have the knowledge of all three of these, you might not be taking best advantage of all three of them. The solution? Put that in one place where all of you can learn about it and go into it after the fact. So let's take a quick look at who's out there already. These are fintech companies that can reach some serious scale. I would assume most of you know all four of these players. We've got Wise, we've got Nubank, we've got PayPal, we've got Revolut. They didn't start at this market valuation. You can go to Google now and you can verify all of this and see their history. I actually would encourage you to do so because it's going to improve, once again, your knowledge around what you are gaining and learning within this. But the things to think about is everything starts somewhere, and with fintech, you can really reach some serious scale. Wise solved cross borders, Nubank sold app-led banking, PayPal solved digital payments, and Revolut a finance super app. Unfortunately, not all of these have everything together in one app so far. So how does U.CENTER fit into this? I keep banging on about knowledge, expanding your knowledge from today, not waiting till later, because if you start today, by the time later comes, you're already going to have that extra knowledge. This is the education and community layer that turns people's interest into understanding. One clear point I want to make as well. U.CENTER is not giving you knowledge so you can solely use Utopia, right? It's giving you knowledge that you can broadly use throughout the whole sector and not just the finance sector. There's going to be AI stuff and all this other learning as well to help you benefit your entire life. So please do keep in mind, U.CENTER is great. U.CENTER is education, community layer. It doesn't necessarily mean it's only for Utopia. You can be applying these fundamentals everywhere and anywhere as well. Knowledge is knowledge. It doesn't need to be locked to one location. Let's take a quick look at the roadmap and where we're heading. So right now we're building momentum, and that is what this webinar here is about. It's going to bring you guys in to help you understand what we're really doing here. In July to August, that's where the active beta is going to start. There's going to be investors, seller trainer, and closed beta, wallet recovery, all this kind of stuff that you can imagine to be in a beta. All of this obviously leading towards a great thing that's happening, but I'll touch on that next. First, we've got the pre-launch. We're going to have the certification, the local language presentations, because right now I'm presenting to you in English. I could almost present to you in Thai, but not so great. But some of you might not be as fluent in English, and this brings me back to my knowledge. I don't want to be here spewing English at you and you not being able to fully understand what I'm saying. So once we've got local language, not only are you going to be gaining knowledge, you're going to be able to gain it in a more understandable manner if English isn't your strong suit. It's not your failing, it's mine for only being able to speak one language. We're pushing this all forwards to October. Think big, think massive, think the summits, think the product demos, think the memberships, scale, global scale. We asked in the chat before we started, where are all of you? Most of you didn't reply with the same answer as someone else. So that already shows from the, I believe, 180 we have in here, we've already covered people across the globe. So once this reach is massive and the onboarding is trickling down and bringing other people in, it's only going to get bigger. So this is what we're looking forward to in October. So let's talk about a little bit how U-Center works, because I've harped on about knowledge and why knowledge now is better than knowledge later. Because awareness. Right now, I'm bringing you guys the awareness of what U-Center is. Fantastic. Why does that matter to you? Because once you're in, you've activated your membership, you then have access. Access to what? All the U-Center items and tools. So you're getting the use out of your membership and starting to grow your knowledge from today. You share in referring people and explaining clearly to people around you. I would not want to say that I can explain any of this any better than you. You guys can also explain it better to the people you know because you understand the knowledge gap, the information they might be missing. I can't do that on this personal level. That's where you guys come in as our community and our referrers. And it moves us on to point 5 where we're building. We're building a community and we're building teams. Can you join? Can you activate and then just sit in here doing nothing? You sure can. What benefit is that to you? And what benefit is that to those around you that might already be looking at you as a subject matter expert? If you are joining, you need to be participating and helping disseminate your knowledge to those around you. Because if you want to be seen as a subject matter expert, you need to help bring others up to your level, and then you're all rising together. But what does this lead to? Why does this matter to you? It's all well and good bringing those up around you with the knowledge and everyone just getting smarter in general. But this is where you help generate, right? Your participation could lead to wealth, but it will certainly lead to knowledge. So again, if you're starting this process now, you're going to be ahead of anyone that starts in 2 months' time, 3 months' time, 4 months' time. There's only so much learning you can do in the day. So the earlier you start, the more you're going to have learned by the time others are coming in. What do you get access to? You get access to a wealth of information. I know I probably have bored you guys already with how much I have been harping on about this, but it's really the key part that strikes home with me. I am someone that loves to devour new skills. And if I've got an access to a wealth of information, I'm certainly going to be using it. And as was mentioned at the start, I do streaming, I do instruction, I do all these other things as well, because I really do enjoy passing information on to those around me and helping bring everyone up with me. Early stage ownership opportunity. Get into with the company. You're building with the company. You're doing stuff and seeing us grow. If we're doing something you don't like, if you're an active member of the community and you're participating, why wouldn't we listen to your feedback? You get early access to the Utopia app and products. And obviously, you get your U-Center membership with premium financial resources and education. So let's take a look at this at a glance on what this means to you guys of, do I really want to be passing my knowledge to other people? I think most of you will already be answering yes, but we can always make the honey slightly sweeter. So we have the different ripple waves. We've got the direct referral starting layer. we then move down to the deep ripple, which is team growth and depth layer. And then one of the deepest would be the deep ripple wave. Imagine a massive Christmas tree in the middle of Times Square, and you are the star at the top, and everyone is below you that is coming up through you being that first person that started off this Christmas tree. And finally, we have the U-CENTER participation bonus, contribution-based participation layer. I'll say that one more time, just in case you didn't catch it. Contribution-based participation layer. You need to be contributing and you need to be participating. If you're not doing those things, yes, it might benefit you in the future, but why aren't you doing it? Because it could be benefiting you now, right? So why join now instead of later? I know this sounds like a broken record and I've been harping on about it, but I feel it's generally in everyone's best interest, not just for U-CENTER, anything. If there's something you want to do, start it now. Why wait for tomorrow? If you're starting it tomorrow, you're already 24 hours behind, and that's stuff you could have picked up, you could have learned, and you could have been for. Learning why it is built, while it is built, sorry. You get to ask better questions if you see the system forming. I know you guys will have gone in some apps before and I touched on accessibility and what isn't accessible. If you go into an app and you don't understand how to use it, is that really accessibility? If you're building with us, you're thoroughly going to understand this. Later is the finish phase. It's different. Everything's already there. The product's cleaner. The product's easy to show. More people are learning at the same time. You're catching decisions that have already been made. Do you want to be a decision maker or someone that's just coming in once the app has finished and you are going to be participating later, but you didn't help shape what we're at now? This is all I will say to you guys. Grow with the knowledge while it's being built. Later means catching up to decisions that have already been made. If you start learning now, you could easily learn more than if you start learning later. It's just simple. It's just the amount of time humans have, and it's just the way we work.